privileged to be in this position of bringing us together. And thank you so much to our speakers. Linda is already here. I appreciate you a lot. I'm just going to talk about what we learned yesterday. And if you were here, if you can type in the first instance, just let me know where you're joining us from. And then we'll go from there to the people that were here yesterday, so that we can hear what their take home or the nuggets that they had was. So if you can put in the chat where you are calling or where you are joining from, and saying that I'm not able to see my chat. Okay, it's hidden somewhere, right? Technology, everyday things are different. It's incredible. Anyway, oh wow, from Canada. Amazing. Welcome. I think I remember you from our last event. You joined with, I think you were invited by Princess Coco. So yes, you are most welcome. Amazing to have you join us. Tomorrow we'll be having a speaker also from US as well. So Zoom has made the distance very short for us, across the seas. We can speak to each other. Yesterday we had somebody joining us all the way from Nigeria, which is amazing. So yes, may I know where others are joining from? Linda, where are you joining from? I know you live in London, but I really don't know which part of London you are. Sorry. Oh, wow. Posh area. For a posh lady. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes. Who else? I think Pastor Obie is in Southeast London. Yes. That's Pastor Obie, our Unique Woman president and amazing serial networker, I call her. So yes, thank you so much, all of you who have Catford. Delhi is joining from Catford Southeast. Yes, my brother and his wife live in Catford. And when I first came not to England, when I first came to London, so the backstory is that when I came into London, to England, the first day I got here, I was sent up north. So I didn't get to see London. Can you imagine? And I stayed up north for 2 years and I didn't know where London was. So the first time I came to London was in Catford. I was so excited to see so many Black people because at that time I didn't even know there were Black people in the UK. So yes, you're welcome, Delhi. Thank you, everyone else. Now, I'm going to say briefly about what we learned yesterday, and then I will then introduce our speaker for tonight. If you were here yesterday, can you put a 1 in the chat? Those of you who were here yesterday, if you can put 1 in the chat so that I know that you were here. And the purpose of this is for us to just know, to just recap the things that we learned yesterday, because that's how we get to reinforce the ideas that are shared with us, the ideas that we learn on a day-to-day basis. So that is the purpose of it. If you are joining and you haven't met me before, my name is Beatrice Yakubu. I am an entrepreneur, social media, digital marketing, strategies, online business coach. And indeed, my aim and purpose is for us to empower each other with the knowledge that each and every one of us has, because I know that collectively we are more powerful than staying as individuals. So this event is about us coming together and indeed sharing the knowledge that we have so that we get empowered to be able to go out and do the things that we have been mandated by God to do. So yes, I haven't seen anyone. I mean, Pastor Obie was here. I'm sure I did see you and you contributed. So if you are able, Pastor Obie, can you tell us the 2 things that you learned from the event yesterday? If you are able, that will be appreciated. Either unmute yourself and speak, or if you can type that into the chat, that will be That would be great. So yeah, just waiting to hear what we have to say regarding what we shared yesterday. Just a recap of those that spoke yesterday. I mean, I did an introduction and I spoke about, of course, my journey into why I'm here and why I'm doing this, how I came to England in even the first place, and to be in in business. And also we then spoke about, oh wow, Uganda. That's amazing. Sister Aye, you're welcome. I don't take this I don't take this lightly. That's really incredible to join all the way from Africa, because I know how connectivity issues are as far as Africa is concerned. So yeah, thank you so much and welcome. So and then we got to the point of our first speaker was Pastor Maureen, and she is a leadership coach. She's done this for years, over a couple of decades, and she is running a coaching business. The Right Impression is the name of her business, and she helps business owners, to have the right impression, to be able to communicate effectively, especially with regards to leadership. She also helps churches for that matter. The things that she said that I just want to touch on before I introduce Linda today is leadership. We need to be leading ourselves. So in order for you to be a leader, you can't lead somebody else until you are able to lead yourself. How do you lead yourself? You have to have the desire to self-govern, to be able, number one, to be able to say that I want to do this, and so that you can get to do that. Until you have the thought of, I want to lead, or I want to do this for me. Obviously, if you can't decide for yourself, obviously you are not going to be able to get someone to even think of following you. The other thing that she talked about is the fact that everyone is a leader. We lead in various ways, but of course, for this purpose, we are talking about business leadership. And before you can even lead in business, you have to lead yourself. The three cardinal things that she talked about that are worth mentioning more than anything else is you have to have, number one, be able to make the right decision for yourself. Number two, to be able to determine that you are going to take the steps to achieve the thing that you have desired for yourself. And then number three, to have the discipline to be able to do that. For me, being able to decide is one thing that most of us, I think, struggle with. And when it comes to making a decision, we are considering so many things. And sometimes, instead of us just trust that why we had the idea, why did the idea come into your mind in the first place? There are so many people in this world. Why is it that it's just you who is thinking about this one particular thing, i.e., if it is about growing your business, or if it is about starting a business, or even if it's about improving your career? Why is it that it is you who is thinking about this thought? Why is the thought not going away? There is a reason for that. God is giving you that thought, and you have to prayerfully surrender and actually think about it and decide that this is what I want and this is what I want to do. I think the thing that gets us stuck is the fact that we are considering, how can I get there? And as long as you are in that mindset of thinking the how to, guess what? You are never even going to start with the why should. Because until you think about the why, the how would come later, because God will make the steps for you to get to that point. And apart from deciding, when you have decided, you need to also be determined. So many people have mentioned things. I want this, I want that. I think it's this guy, the guy who wrote The Secrets to a Millionaire Mind. He talks about the fact that many people would think that they want to be rich or they want to be successful, but only few would have the determination and then the dedication to be able to get there. because if it was easy, everyone would be successful in their own right. But because it involves steps, it involves challenges, it involves you persevering to be able to get there. I think that's where we fall short. And in leadership, if people don't see that you are determined, they are not going to follow you, because the determination will bring the results, the fruit of what you're doing. But until they see that, until people see fruits, and the fruit will not come if you are not determined. So she talked about determination, which I think is very, very pertinent as far as our growth is concerned. And then the last but not the least is the discipline. Now, discipline is very, very important, because you can't be determined and all that. But if you are not disciplined enough to do the simple things that you are supposed to do on a day-to-day basis, hour-to-hour basis, guess what? You are not going to go far. And I want to believe that as far as life is concerned, we want to have the opportunity to be able to live life on our own terms. And if you want to do that, you have to also to be disciplined to be able to do the things that you do to get you to the results. Now, it is John Mason, whose book that we were reading during the in the summer with Unique Woman. He said that there is no, when people say you are wasting time, you're not wasting time. For time, whether you use it or not, time will be time. But when you don't use your time properly, you are actually wasting your future. And that I will stop there and then introduce our speaker for tonight. Now, our speaker for tonight is none other but, let me bring her bio, because this lady has done so many things that I can't even begin to think about just saying them at the top of my head, because she's done so much as far as life is concerned, as far as speaking is concerned, and indeed as far as helping other people to grow is concerned. It is incredible when people are living their purpose, amazing things happen, and she is gonna show us how. So Linda Moyobe is a mindset and transformational coach. She is a keynote speaker and a TV show host. So she hosts the Linda Moyobe TV show. So those of you who are business owners, if you are thinking about taking your business to the next level, Linda is somebody that you need to be connecting with, because once you go on her show, you have the opportunity to market that piece of information for years. Linda is the self-limiting belief assassin. That's what she does. She believes that transformation starts from within. And this transformation starts by harnessing all our mental facilities to enable us work in harmony and not in competition. The Bible reminds us that as a man thinketh, so is he. Linda reinforces the message that no one can make you feel bad about yourself if you feel good and if you know who you are and whose you are. Linda believes that you are what you think, and cannot separate a man or woman from his or her thoughts. Linda believes that knowing who you are will boost your confidence to set meaningful goals and take daily actions to see the goals manifest. Linda is a CEO of Linda Moyobe Enterprise, and her certificates, she is also a certified John Maxwell coach. She's a speaker, a trainer focusing on leadership and John Maxwell DISC method to help individuals know not only their DIS communication style, but the communication style of others and how to connect to them. The ideal environment where they can bring their best forward and then their strength in 7 key areas of influence and how they can grow into their potential. She is the founder and the host of the Linda Moyobe Show, a show that encourages honest conversation that transforms lives. The show is a platform where business owners, entrepreneurs, authors, and the general public share their inspirational stories to motivate others to develop the confidence to achieve their dreams regardless of their lives circumstances. Linda's passion is about to show the show of Black excellence is her main passion. And her coaching and transformation work involves coaching groups of professionals and individuals nationally and internationally. Linda also runs a mastermind group using the teaching from Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, James Allen as A Man Thinketh, and John Maxwell books. In addition, Linda is an event host, keynote speaker, and facilitator of large conferences with portfolio that includes working with closely with the Uganda High Commission Office and facilitated the 25th anniversary of Uganda and Ireland Trade and Investment Conference in 2019 in Dublin. The launch of the Ugandan Arabic Coffee in the UK's Women's Forum, Women Like Me Club, Women Like Me Business Meeting, among others. Please join me, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome this amazing, incredible lady. So you're welcome, Linda, to Personal Growth Summit. And I pass on the invisible mic to you.
Thank you so much, Beatrice, and thank you so much for putting on this much needed seminar, or summit rather. And I think as we come out of lockdown, it's important that we really realize where we are mindset-wise. So thank you so much for putting this on. And thank you so much to each and every person that has taken the time to be here tonight, because time is very, very precious. And I value your time. And I hope and pray that whatever I'm going to share with you tonight, you'll be able to take it, run with it, apply it. And the key point here is application, because we are not only hearers of the word, but we are doers of the word. And that's where change starts from. So my topic tonight is why is mindset important to business owners and entrepreneurs? That is my topic tonight. And I always like to start my presentation with a question. So raise your hand if you're here because you would love to be more successful in your business. And if I cannot see you raising your hand, put a 1 in the chat, because I know everybody at the moment have not put their camera on. So raise your hand again if you not only want to be successful, but also want to help your clients become more successful. Raise your hand, or if not, put a 2 in the chat. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I'm here tonight is that research has shown that most people fall in 2 categories. You're either in a fixed mindset or in a growth mindset. So maybe you are a business owner who is struggling to increase your customer base. If that is you, put a 3 in the chat. Perhaps you've had this brilliant business idea, but you are not sure of how or even where to start from. Put a 4 in the chat. Potentially, you lack the confidence and procrastination has become your best friend. Put a 5 in the chat. Possibly, you have talked yourself out of launching your business. Why? Because of negative self-limiting beliefs. If that is you, put a 6 in the chat. And you may be wondering, why is this a problem? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a problem because as a business owner or as an entrepreneur operating from a fixed mindset, you are most likely viewing effort as fruitless, unnecessary. You probably ignore or reject feedback and criticism. And why is this a problem? It's a problem because it will stunt your business productivity and growth. And you become unaware of what your clients and customers' needs are. You tend to stick to familiar tasks and avoid challenges. You avoid taking risk. And you know what? The consequences to this is that you remain in your comfort zone. And you may never break through the terror barrier. And now that is for another workshop. So if this is where you are right now, my question is, where do you want to be instead? Just ponder on that for a minute. If this is where you are right now, where do you want to be instead? I want you to visualize yourself, probably coaching or serving your first customer or client. Imagine clients buying your first product or services. Now here, I want you to really use your imagination. Picture yourself right now as a thriving business owner or entrepreneur. What is the benefit of this? The benefit of this is I want to heighten your imagination, because I want you not only to visualize serving your first customer, but I want you to visualize serving customers nationally and internationally. I want you to imagine not only your customer buying your first product or services, but your clients actually buying your up-level program, probably a new product in the market, a new service you've just released. And I want you not only to picture yourself as a thriving entrepreneur, but now picture yourself collaborating with other entrepreneurs. And not only serving clients nationally, but serving them internationally. Just imagine that. Just picture yourself doing that. Because until you come to that realization, you might never know the potential that you actually hold. So if this is where you are right now, and this is where you want to be, the question is, how are you going to get there? How are you going to get there? I believe you will get there by shifting your mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. And what do I mean by shifting your mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset? Maybe this one is a new term that you've never heard before, is a new concept you've never had before. Stay with me. Why is it important to have a growth mindset now? You might be asking. You know, renowned Stanford University psychologist Carol Dweck found that people with a fixed mindset believe that talents and abilities are set in stone. Either you have it or you don't. And you must prove yourself over and over and over and again and trying to look smart and talented at all costs. And you know, the phrase that comes to mind is actually winging it, which, to tell you the truth, as a business person, is not right. Because winging you might get you through one door, but when the second door opens, how are you going to wing it? So what is the consequences of actually operating in this mindset? The consequence is that it leads to a path of stagnation. It leads to a path of stagnation. And I hope, ladies and gentlemen, that you have a notepad and pen and you're taking notes, because I'm not going to share any slides. Because I know if I put up the slides, it's going to take away the concentration on what I'm saying.
Let me see, Auntie, sister, how many people join?
So I hope
watching.
You have a notepad and a pen, okay? So we said that operating in this kind of mindset leads to a path of stagnation, and often leads to frustration and also lack of achievement. On the contrast, Carol Dweck says that if you have a growth mindset, you know and you believe wholeheartedly that talents can be developed and that great abilities are built and achieved over time. And operating in this kind of mindset, which is a growth mindset, will only lead you to a path of opportunities and success. Leads you to a path of opportunities and success. If you stay in the fixed mindset, it will lead you to a path of stagnation, frustration, and lack of achievement. So why is it important to have a growth mindset and not a fixed mindset, especially now? Why didn't you have it last year? Why didn't you have it yesterday? The time is now, because yesterday is gone. And I'm going to share 2 points why it's really important to shift your mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. And the first one is perception of opportunities. What do I mean by perception of opportunities? You might be wondering. It is important to have a growth mindset so you are able to perceive and respond well to opportunities that are presented to you in the right way. Because a lot of times people miss opportunities because of the fear of the unknown, lack of confidence, and they land on a sea of regret and start using statements like, I wish I had taken that opportunity. But you know what? Due to lack of confidence, negative self-limiting beliefs, or procrastination, fear of unknown, they never did. Do you fall in this category? The second reason why you should shift your mindset is for you to be able to be resilient and adaptable. And what do I mean by that? Having a growth mindset allows you to be more resilient and adaptable to change. And you may be asking yourself, Linda, what kind of change are you talking about? It can be a change like an economic downturn. It can be lack of resources. It can be staff turnover in your business. And the list is endless. So the first point, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take is that shifting your mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset will enable you to perceive and respond to opportunities better. And the second one is that you will become more resilient and adaptable to change. But why is it now? Why now? Why should you, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, think of even transitioning from a possible fixed mindset to a growth mindset? I'm going to share about 4 or 5 reasons why I believe you should change your thinking from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. And the first one is technological advancement. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a virtual world. We live in a virtual world, and technology plays a very, very important part in both our personal and professional lives. And if you don't get savvy with technology, you know what, trust me, you're going to be left behind. You are going to be left behind. Because of time, I won't be able to share a lot of stories because I've got a lot of clients who are in this category here. The second reason is psychological. The psychological impact it will have on you. And you might be wondering, Linda, what do you mean by psychological impact? You see, when you operate from a fixed mindset, it can contribute to a negative self-image, believing that abilities and qualities are fixed. It cannot be changed. And this leads to self-doubt, low self-esteem, fear of failure. And ladies, you know what? The consequences of this mindset is that you begin to create a circle of negative self-talk, which will limit you from exploring your full potential in your business. Another psychological reason is fear of change and taking challenges. When you operate from a fixed mindset, you become hesitant to step out of your comfort zone, like I mentioned earlier. And you know, the consequences of staying in your comfort zone is that it will limit you from trying new things. It limits you from taking risk. And this can potentially hinder both your personal and professional growth. It can also limit you from opportunities for learning, such as maybe working with a coach, enrolling on a course, or getting a mentor, or even buying books to be able to read and open your mind. They said knowledge and wisdom are hidden in the pages of books. The third reason why you should shift your mindset is the emotional consequences. Emotional consequences. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by having emotional consequences? Well, you know, operating from a fixed mindset can contribute to increased stress and anxiety. And the consequence of that is it leads you to having a heightened level of stress. I mean, life is stressful enough as it is. And you begin to have a sense of being overwhelmed, creating unnecessary pressure and even difficulty with dealing with setbacks when things don't go to plan. You'll begin to experience decreased ability to cope with adversity, which leaves you with the feelings of frustration. And I know you do not want to be there. I know you do not want to be there. But if you're in that state, Just hang on with me, darling. Hang on with me. The fourth reason why you should actually shift your mindset is the financial consequences. Why is it important? And what do I mean by financial consequences? The reason is when you operate from a fixed mindset, it can hinder you from taking calculated risk, which can lead to you playing small and not maximizing your growth potential of your business, especially with the use of the World Wide Web, as I mentioned earlier, about being savvy with technology. You can even experience the lack of ability to adapt to the changing market conditions, which can seriously stun your entrepreneurial growth. The fifth reason why you should shift your mindset, ladies and gentlemen, is the spiritual consequences. You might be wondering, Linda, why are spiritual consequences? What has that got to do with me shifting my mindset? You see, many people are so religious and so spiritual, and they find it difficult seeking new experiences or opportunities, or even embracing the possibility for personal transformation. Why? Because they question their beliefs. And I know for sure that God did not come to bind us, but to set us free. He's given us the freedom to think and explore the opportunities of our true calling so that we are able to serve our clients. The consequences of operating in this kind of mindset is that it will lead to you having a lack of developing a deeper sense of your purpose, your meaning, why are you here? And also connecting with other people. Because you're so heavenly minded and earthly no good. But I know in Hebrews it says that do not be conformed to the pattern of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And ladies and gentlemen, how do you renew your mind? If the Bible is telling us to renew our mind and not be conformed to the pattern of this world, then that is definitely going to have a significant impact on your business. You renew your mind by shifting from this fixed spiritual mindset to a growth spiritual mindset. Why? Because religion binds us, but faith sets us free. It sure does. It sure does set us free. So you may be wondering, so who is this Linda Miyobo and why should I listen to her? Yes, I know Beatrice has read my bio. But before I share about myself, I would like to ask you a question. Have you ever wondered what success looks like to you? Have you ever wondered, what does success look like to you? We'll come back to that question at the end. You can jot down the answers in your notebook. But allow me to share a little bit about myself. I'm a Maxwell certified coach, speaker, and trainer, also known as the self-limiting belief assassin, because I will not make an agreement with your self-limiting beliefs. If anything, I will assassinate it. But you know what? Prior to joining the John Maxwell's team, I struggled with self-limiting beliefs that really held me back. Despite being told by everyone around me how intelligent, gifted, and talented I was, I couldn't see it. The turning point for me came when, over months of doing school runs and listening to parents at the school gate complain and moan about how lost they were because they do not know what to do with their time. In my mind, I was like, is this how my life is going to be? But then I had an aha moment at the school gate. And I purposed in my heart not to follow in that footsteps. And you know what? That was the beginning of my journey into personal development over 15 years ago. I needed to develop myself. I needed to shift that mindset. I needed to build that confidence. I needed to be true to myself. And when I discovered personal development, it was when I went for my first seminar. On my way to the seminar, all the self-sabotaging thoughts were just flooding into my mind, telling me, Linda, who do you think you are going for this seminar? What do you think you're going to learn from it? What makes you think you'll be different? And it went on and on and on. But you know what? I persevered and went for that seminar. If any of you are here, I want you to think back of the first time you went to any seminar. Because during that 45 minutes of the seminar, do you know what I took out of that? It was a quote that the speaker shared by Robert Dyer. The speaker said, change the way you look at things and the things you look at change. Oh boy, that hit me like a rocket. On my way home, I kept thinking of that thought. Change the way you look at things and the things you look at will change. Change the way you look at things and the things you look at change. There's a reason why that quote resonated with me. It was because I was in a fixed mindset, stuck. You know, when you're being busy but not being productive, you're moving but not going anywhere. If you understand what I'm saying, put a 7 in the chat. That seminar boosted my confidence. And as a result, I decided to change my entire outlook and up-level my thinking by organizing my thoughts, myself, and how I lived my life. This also led me to assess the relationships, whether romantically, professionally, or family-wise. And I equipped myself with the right tools and resources. I remember the first book I bought was The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. And you know, just in the foreword of that book, Stephen Covey listed 12 human challenges that are in contrast with the principle that we should aim to live by. And I'll share with you the 12 human challenges. There were fear and insecurity, blame and victimism, hopelessness, lack of life balance, what's in it for me, the hunger to be understood, conflict and differences, personal stagnation, mind, body, and spirit, I had to stop. Because you know why? I felt like Stephen Covey was speaking directly to me. Hopelessness, conflict and differences, fear and insecurity. What is your mind telling you? How is your body reacting? Are you even listening to your spirit? From there on, lady, I got a coach who helped me to define my purpose, reprogrammed my mind, and I created a system that I take my clients through. And that is not the end of the story, but I'll end there. At the beginning, when I started sharing my story, I asked you all a question. What does success look like to you? Write that answer down. Only you know it. Because this question actually reminds me of Napoleon Hill's quote, which says that most great people have attained their greatest success just one step beyond their greatest failure. Let me just repeat that quote again. Most great people have attained their greatest success just one step beyond their greatest failure. So, ladies and gentlemen, what mindsets are holding you back? Or what failures have you gone through that has prevented you, or even preventing you as I speak right now, from pursuing your dreams and becoming successful? I love nothing more than sharing this with my clients, because what I've learned, I know it can help you to overcome the barriers, overcome the self-limiting beliefs, build your confidence, and live a fulfilled life. Now, I want to share with you briefly the system that I talked about that helped me to shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. And that coaching signature system that I now implement with my clients, both nationally and internationally, is called the Core Life Purpose Pathway. I'm just going to share it with you guys. Just give me a minute. How is everyone feeling?
Feeling inspired on my part.
Beatrice, can I please share my slide, please? If you can just give me the
yes. No, I have to make you a coach. What am I even? A co-host.
Sure.
That is so inspirational. Yes, you are the self-limiting belief assassin. Oh dear, helping us to slay the self-limitation.
I still can't share it. If you can just open it up, please.
I need glasses on. That's what I
Should have gone to Specsavers, right?
I should, definitely. Where am I? Participants, yes, we are. And I'll find you somewhere there. I should have done that earlier on, but
That's all right. That's all right.
I didn't know you were gonna share eventually. Just like,
well, you know what? It's good to have an open mind.
You have it.
Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Can you all see the screen?
Yes.
Wonderful. Right. So this is the program that I created called the Core Purpose Life Pathway. And the first step in my program is confidence. And the reason why I start with confidence is I find a lot of my clients lack the confidence because they are in a fixed mindset. And this limits their ability to become aware of what is holding them back. They procrastinate in setting goals or taking any actions. And when they look around, they see other people progressing and becoming successful. And they tell themselves, oh no, that cannot be me. Oh, I don't have the right skills or the talents. Oh, I'm not good enough. So I created the first step in my process called the Self-Awareness Analyzer. Why? Because self-awareness is the foundation of personal and professional growth. Self-awareness is key because here I take my clients through and begin to become realistic, and they take a really deeper look at their lives and see what it is that is holding them back. What type of thoughts are they thinking? Because by becoming aware, they are able to have a clear understanding of their thought patterns, their strength, their emotions, their weaknesses, their values, and the motivations. And this can also improve their attitude. They learn to accept things as they are, and they're able to set smart goals and aim for a brighter future. The second step is about organize. And what do I mean by organize? You see, unless you actually organize your thought patterns in a way that you're able to manage it, you might be all over the place. And I find with a lot of my clients is that maybe they have organized one part of their life, but then the other parts is all a mayhem. And this leads to stagnation. It leads to procrastination. It leads to them actually becoming demotivated. So what I do with them, I take them through the second process, which is called the Purposeful Achievement Principles. And here, the benefit of going through this is that they are able to process and look at their profile and their behavioral analysis to be able to improve their communication skills, to be able to plan, to be able to prioritize, and to be able to propose a personal development plan for them. The third problem that I see is in relationships. And we know that relationships is the core of everything, both personal and professional. And not having the right relationships can really affect not only your personal life, but your professional lives, which in turn affects how you run your business. And the problem that I've found with my clients is that they struggle to let go of certain relationships. They struggle to connect with certain relationships. They struggle to respond to certain relationships. And because of that, I created the third system called the Dynamic Relationship Decider. And through this third process, I take my clients through being able to recognize the relationships that they're in, being able to assess the relationships that they're in, to review the relationships that they're in, to be able to let go of the past hurts, let go of the pain that someone has caused in their life, so that they're able to have clarity of mind. They're able to form new relationships. They're able to live a fulfilled and harmonious life. And the final step in my core purpose life pathway is equip. And you might be wondering, Linda, what do you mean by equip? Just stay with me. With equipping, what I find with my clients is that the lack of ability to be able to identify their strength in a deeper level. And using an assessment method, I created what is called Thought Life Mastery to help my clients overcome the fear of communication or the lack of it, to pace themselves, to watch their tonality, to be able to know how to communicate with different personalities, to be able to identify the 7 levels of their strength in leadership. And by the time my clients go through these 4 processes, they're able to set SMART goals, they've built their confidence, they're able to speak up, they're able to communicate effectively, they're able to build better relationships, both personal and professional. They're able to respond better to relationships. They're able to assess and see which relationships are actually serving them. They're able to let go of past hurts, not focus on the pain, but focus on the goals ahead. The past is just a stepping stone. The future is what we focus on. So, ladies and gentlemen, if this presentation has even just given you 5% to start shifting your mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, I would like you to type the word core, C-O-R-E, in the chat. Type the word core in the chat. And I will share with you the 10 steps of a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. I'm going to put in the chat my link. If you want to know a bit more about the core purpose life pathway and how it can help you to shift your mindset, because what I want is for you to start 2024 differently, for you to live a life of purpose, for you to forget the pain and the hurt. And I'm by no means belittling whatever pain or hurt that has been caused to you, not at all. Book a call, a complimentary call with me. Beatrice, if you can just put, I think I sent it to you, if you can just put the link in the chat, please. Book a call with me and we can go through that. Thank you so much for your time. I hope your time hasn't been wasted. And God bless you all.
Wow, wow, wow. Right, ladies and gentlemen, can we give Linda a round of applause, please? Yes, thank you. On the chat, I can see Violet saying thank you. Sister Pat is saying thank you, Linda. Yes, let the thank yous come in, and Pastor Flo is giving you a hand clap in the chat. Amazing, amazing. Yeah. Oh, Linda. I don't know. You're a dynamic speaker. That has been impactful. Can we share Diadem of Beauty? I think that's Sister Jacqueline, I think. Can people share their takeaways, what has stood out for them in this conversation, please? If something challenged you or reinforced what you already knew, yeah, let us hear it. It's been an impactful conversation. Thank you so much, Linda. I'll just take you
You
off.
are welcome.
Yes. Now, the next thing that we are going to do, so stay with me. I'm trying to unpin, which, I think you can do that, Linda, on your end, can you?
What do you want me to do?
I cannot find the pin. Okay, let me pin myself so that it will replace you. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yes. Really grateful. Thank you all for staying on and listening keenly and actually contributing and interacting while Linda was asking the questions. Of course, her diary link is in the chat. Sorry, her diary link is in the chat. So please do take the link and then contact her, book a free call. She would have a conversation with you and progress from there. The aim and the purpose of this is for us to end the year 2023 with the bank, just being inspired to be able to reach out for your goals. Someone is speaking in the background. Can you mute yourself, please? I will appreciate that. So to be able for us to, take hold of whatever goals that we set for ourselves in the beginning of the year, and looking back and thinking, okay, how is it going to pan out? Are we going to even meet these goals? Are we on the right direction? If you have been in any doubt at all, I think this session has really proven to you or to me, and that it is possible for us to meet our goals if we do have a growth mindset. And yes, we want to believe that even if you didn't have a growth mindset, this session has perhaps inspired you to kind of think in terms of growth mindset, because that is quite key. Now, the next thing that we are going to do, I'm going to talk about how, after you have thought about your growth mindset, the thing that is stopping you from actually marketing your business could be the fact that you had a fixed mindset. So now is a strategy session to get you thinking about just putting yourself out there. Linda has talked about, if you don't have a growth mindset technologically, you are going to be left behind. I don't want any of us to be left behind. And what I always say is that if Beatrice can be on Facebook, trust me, any of you can be on Facebook. Because I was the type of person who did not even want to be associated with Facebook, because I was always worried, what if I post the wrong thing? What if someone is following and stalking me? What if I misspell a word? Who cares? As time goes on, as Linda was saying, it was just making sense to me, because as you continue to build yourself and put yourself out there, there comes a time, you know what? People can do whatever, can say whatever. You know why you're doing what you're doing. And you know that it is only by learning that you can grow. And if you don't put yourself out there, guess what? How are you going to learn? How are you going to understand how to do certain things? So in this session, I'm going to talk about digital marketing. I'm going to talk about social media. So Blessing, my daughter, spoke about how to grow your Instagram account yesterday, which was very, very informative. Now I'm going to talk about social media, but more than just Instagram, or just more than just social media, because this is a challenge that I face at this point in my business as well, helping people to market with social media, because you get to a point that you are plateauing, that you are not moving forward the way you actually want to move forward in terms of the real growth of the business. And then you are wondering, is it actually working? Why is it not working? Why am I not getting clients? So here is what we are going to do. We are going to talk about the fundamentals of social media, and then we are now going to also talk about the other aspect of digital marketing that can enhance what you do on social media. Because when we talk about digital marketing, it's the big umbrella that encompasses social media. Google, how to market your business on Google, and also how to do email marketing and funnels and all those things. So if some of you have been following me, you know that I have recently returned from USA, attending one of the rock concerts of digital marketing. And one of the things that we have to shift towards is to creating funnels so that the business is more or less on autopilot, rather than us doing the mundane day-to-day task. So for example, it's like when you wake up in the morning and you go to the bathroom, you can brush your teeth and do your business and come out without even knowing that you've been there because your brain has kind of locked it in. So it's the same process or pathway that we want to get our businesses to, so that the things that can be done without us thinking about it is literally automated. And all you now have to do is to send people to that side of things. And then it's like a funnel, and then everyone gets into that funnel in that way. And then those that will come out will be the people that actually you want to work with. So that is the purpose of this conversation tonight. Now, but before then, I will do the fundamentals. Social media. Facebook, LinkedIn, X are literally operating in similar fashion, even though there is different communication. But if you look at the layout, it is in similar fashion, because they have banners. And I want to dwell more on this area of using your banner to get attention on social media. So the fundamentals are ensuring that you have the right banner. So as Linda was saying, you need to be writing notes, because I haven't prepared slides for this. So you need to be writing notes. And also, if you don't have a book, I always, when I'm in a place that I need to write notes quickly, most of our phones have notes pad. So write the notes on your notepads, please, because as I'm talking, by the time I finish, you are not possibly going to remember. But when you write the notes, you can review them and then come back to them later and then implement, because again, going back to what Linda is saying, we need to be implementing. That is the only way you can have your growth mindset work for you. So the first thing with regards to social media is for you to have your banner right. The example I often put is, if you are walking in the high street and you're hungry and you want some craving for pizza, how are you going to know that this shop actually sells pizza? You will know because there would have been a banner on the door or somewhere that says that, you know, we sell pizza, and that would even not just say that we sell pizza, but it will also talk about the fact that the type of pizza you get, the type of services you get, and so on and so forth. That is how you know. When we bring our business to the online space, it's the same concept. If somebody comes onto your platform, what are they seeing? Are they seeing you and your kids having fun on your banner, because I see that sometimes, and kids dressing up and then being on the banner of parents who are business owners. We know that we are all proud of our children. You know, I'm a #1 fan for my children. There's no doubt about that. But in order for you to portray to people that you are there because of business, you need to have the right banner in place. I'm going to share with you a few banners, a couple of banners actually, that I think that you need to use those as your yardstick in terms of how you put your banner in place. So again, going for the example of the pizza shop, when people come on your site, they should know, or they should be able to see that you are out for business. So this is Pastor OBA, yes. So Pastor OBA is here with us in this meeting, and she is one of the ladies that I've worked with. You can see this banner. That's, I mean, if anybody that stumbles upon her account, you know the type of person she is. Like, at least you would have a concept of who she is. So you can see her picture on there. You can see the power of collaboration, because she is big on talking about collaboration. She's big on talking about networking. She is a serial networker. So it is all laid out there. You know that you can connect with her through a podcast, and you know the concepts of things that she talks about in her life, in her business. So that is the her shop front that I was talking about. Because remember that when people come on social media, sometimes they will stumble on your account because they are just scrolling, and then Facebook shows them something and then they click on. The next one I'm going to show you is Veronica. Even though Veronica still was this, she is still a work in progress, but of course, it's just the concept that I'm trying to get at here. So if you see this banner, you know who Veronica is. Like, there's no question about, you don't need anyone to explain to you. It is just there. What she does, she's a mental health practitioner, she's a self-discovery and inner healing coach, she's an author, she's a philanthropist, she helps people grow. Like, it's just there. So if you are a business owner at this point, I want you to be thinking, what does your banner look like? When somebody come on your banner, can they see you? Can they see, would they be able to say that I want to follow this person versus I don't want to? Because I think it's Patrice who says that give people the dignity of their own process. People have the will to be able to follow you or not to follow you, but give them a straightforward choice so that they're either following you or they are not. And what I also want to emphasize is the fact that when we talk about people following you, it's not everybody that you want to follow you anyway. You want the right people to follow you. So that if somebody comes in to see Veronica's profile and they feel that, oh no, this is not for me, fair enough. They go follow someone else. So that is one thing that I want you to take away from here. I'm going to go back to my site and then I'll show you. So for example, if you have an upcoming program, you always use your banner to show off on social media the things that you're doing currently. So for example, some people would put a banner about an event, typically book launches. And then the launch is over months ago and the banner is still there. It doesn't make sense because you want it to feel current and people to be able to feel current, feel that you are still in business, not that your shop has been closed maybe months ago. So you want to ensure that you are your banner is current. The other thing about banner that many people don't know is at the back of it. So I'm just going to click, and then you will see at the back of this banner. Many people don't know that this is a gem, because what happens is when people come on social media, they will often click. I don't know, we just like to click or tap, whatever is on the phone or on the laptop. And when you have something, so for example, your website or your lead magnet or your gift or anything that you want people to take part in, you put it there. You put it also, if you haven't done it before, just at the back of your banner, you can insert. So if you click on edit here, you can put your link. So if I click on this link, it sends us to the registration page for this event. Hopefully it does. Yeah. So I mean, I don't have to tell anybody anything other than the fact that they click on my banner, and then it takes them somewhere else that I really want them to go to. So that's that for social media or for Facebook banner. The other thing is your profile picture. Now, I have put me and my children because we just came from holiday and I was feeling excited. But ideally, it should be, I'm going to go back to Pastor Obi again. It should be your picture, or even Veronica. It should be your picture, and then also that picture should be clear enough for people to see. One thing about social media that we don't really think about is that it is just like our normal day-to-day life. So if you think about what will happen when you meet somebody that you actually should desire to speak with, that person should be friendly enough. That person should be warm and inviting, I would even say, because you know that when you meet somebody and the person wants to talk to you, you can tell. The person doesn't even have to open their mouth, but you can tell that this person is friendly, this person is somebody that I can speak with. And that is what you should portray on your profile picture. So as you can see, it's a clear picture. She's holding her book, she is speaking. Again, that's also portraying her authority in the space of coaching that she's talking about on the banner. Then we'll talk about links. So I'm going back to my page again to talk about links. So when you have finished making sure that your banner is right, your what is the word? Your profile picture is right, you are now going to talk about or concentrate on the links. Let me ask you a question. If you go on Facebook, for example, and then you decide that, oh, I would rather be on Instagram, and then you just stumble on somebody, I'm just going to share for the moment, and you stumble on an account, would you rather that you could get a tap, you could click on something and go to Instagram, or would you want to go on Instagram and then start to find Beatrice Yakubu? Just if you would rather that you just click and go to Instagram, type 1 in the chat. Let me see who is listening, because as the saying goes, when it comes to the online thing, some people just kind of put and then they're not there. So if you would rather, or if it's convenient for you that when you are on social media, Facebook, for example, you can press or click a button and go on Instagram, or click a button and go on LinkedIn, type 1 in the chat. Okay, that's good. I've seen some ones coming in. Lovely. That is the premise of why we put links to our social media accounts or our platforms. The reason is that if you don't put that, the person goes out into look for Beatrice Yakubu on Instagram, and guess what? There are so many Beatrice Yakubus. There are so many, the handle is not even the same. So the person get lost and they don't find you. And the reason why you want them to be able to find you in other places is that you give them the chance to be able to connect with you wherever they want. So somebody could be, you could be interested in Facebook. You want to be on Facebook every day, but you could also have interest on Instagram. So, or on LinkedIn for that matter. If I give you the chance to tap and get to me on the other platform, then you get the opportunity, or I get the opportunity to connect with you on there, or you get the opportunity to follow me. So that's also another thing with regards to links. Then the about page. So your about page is a page that tells people about you, about what your business can do. And I find that it in the first instance is a place where you actually sell yourself. So apart from your banner, who is giving a snapshot of what you do, your about page actually gives more details about who you are. So make sure that you are putting the right words there. And also when you put the right keywords, when somebody types your name on Google, guess what? It will show up. And that is very powerful in promoting you online. Then we come to, I think those are the basics for social media. And then we will then come to the other bits, which is your content creation and then your engagement. Now, content creation is key. On social media, content is king. It's like a stream. If a stream is stagnant, the water is still, nobody will be interested. But when you have a flowing stream, that is it is exciting to be by a river that is flowing. The other thing is the fact that the more content you share, the more people get to know you more, i.e., let me give you an example of, sharing content frequently. You can have all the ideas in the world. No one is going to know about them. If they come on your platform and there's nothing, they won't know what you know. Meanwhile, you know a lot. And I meet such people all the time. They have so much knowledge, but nobody knows. And in order for you, especially in the online world, for you to win that game of actually getting people to know you, it is not about bragging, unfortunately. Nobody is going to understand who you are until you tell them who you are. And a lot of us have been brought up to be very modest. We don't want to be talking about ourselves. I understand that. But unfortunately, for the online thing to work, you have to sell yourself. There's no question about that. If you don't sell yourself, nobody can sell you. Nobody would know who you are, never mind to think about doing business with you. Remember that the online space is a place where so many people have been banned, with people who would scam them and things like that. It is a den for scammers in the online space. So you have to ensure that people actually understand you. And to be honest, since I have been in this journey, there are some people I have not met before. But if there is any rumors going on about them, I can say that, no, not this person, not this person. Because I have followed them, I have heard them over and over again. You just feel that you know the person. I know that it's a bit creepy actually, but you just feel that you actually know the person until you meet and the person has no clue who you are. But that is where you want to be as far as your content creation is concerned. So let me give you 3 things about content creation: text, images, and videos. Text doesn't go far. I know that especially these days is problematic, even getting your, what is it called? Even getting your content seen. But when it's text, it's even more or less visible. So always add an image to your text. Your image should have a quality to it. I mean, Facebook is like everybody's home. It really doesn't matter. When it's other Instagram, yes, but Facebook, you can put anything. But Instagram is for images, so make sure that they are of quality. But the thing I really want to talk about is videos. Now, videos is perform 70% times higher than any form of content in online. Can you beat that? The reason is that most of us are busy. Nobody has time to read. And especially with the inception of TikTok and other things with short videos, it's actually taking on a very big role in people's consumption of online material. So for that reason, you need to be creating videos if you are a business owner. Why do people don't want to create videos? I think there are a few reasons. You are concerned about how you look online. You are concerned about how you sound. You are concerned about, I don't have a camera, I don't have this, I don't have that. Please. The only thing you need to be able to create a video is your phone. And guess what? And guess who has a phone? I mean, almost everyone does that, right? If you have a phone, I think put on one in the chat if you have a phone. Of course you do have a phone. And I know that a lot of you are even listening to this via phone, because I do that sometimes. So is your phone is all that you need? I think the only other thing that you need is a ring light, because Britain is a dark place. So you need to have some light. So ring light is about what, 30, 40 pounds? That's all. You insert your camera or your phone on the ring light holder, and then you talk into the camera. Just talk to the plastic. That's all you need to do. Now, some people would always say, what can I talk about? And I talk about this in the sense that if you have written a book, if you have written a blog, even if you haven't done anything, just go online, type what topic you want to talk about, read it, take your points, and rehearse it, and then record. How cool is that? The reason is you have to start somewhere before you get better. So Russell Brunson is the internet guy whose event I went to in Florida. He talks about the fact that, I mean, he has been preaching about the fact that you have to create content every day. Every blessed day you need to post content. And when I heard him in 2019, I was like, how am I going to find content every day? But then recently, I think it was in the summer, I was reflecting about it and I'm thinking, guess what? Preachers preach every day. You know, the religious leaders preach every day. And do you believe that your business is a mission? If you are a business owner and you believe that your business is a mission, type 1 in the chat for me. Is your business a ministry? Is it a mission for you? Are you called to serve people in that direction? Of course, if that's the case, then you need to be producing content, because people have to hear you over and over again to a point that they will believe and come to accept what you have to share with them in terms of working with you. So videos is another. I'm moving on to the other thing, which so after your videos, that's the content, then we'll talk about engagement. So engagement, we all know that in anything at all, we need to form relationship. If you post your content online, you need to engage with other people so that they can engage with you too. The thing I want to mention regarding engagement is the fact that it's overrated. Now, I have seen people who post one content and have thousands of likes, comments, and all that, and have never sold anything online. And I have also seen people, and one of them happens to be my mentor, sometimes when she even does her weekly videos, sometimes you don't see comments, but she's a 6-figure business owner. So you have to kind of think about the mindset of, yes, it's good to have people kind of validate you your content in that sense by liking and commenting, but I also know that people would always contact me and say, oh, I've been following you, oh, I've been watching your videos, or I'm speaking with that person and she's kind of repeating what I've said in a video to me. And I'm like, okay, you've listened to that video, why did you comment? They will not comment because that's just how people are. And even me being somebody who consumes content online, I can listen to a video and then don't comment. So you need to have a perspective about this aspect of things. And that brings me to the other aspect that I want to share this evening. I think this is the most important thing. If you have been on social media for a while and perhaps you are not getting the results yet, it is about you creating your funnels and making sure that you have people on your email list. What is a funnel? A funnel is just that word. If it has a broad base at the top, and then at the bottom is narrow. So it means that online, when you have people following you, you want to attract them to that funnel. And then they get in, and as the process goes, some of them will become your clients, some of them will not, some of them will follow you for years, some of them will do nothing, but that's just life. But how do you get the people into that funnel? That is quite important, because if you are just relying on Facebook alone or whatever social media means to be able to grow your business, it's a hardcore. You can actually gain clients from social media in that respect, but if you want to grow the business, that is hardcore. Plus, what if you woke up one day and Facebook is no more or LinkedIn is no more? And I will share an example. When I was working with Dr. Nakia, who is the US Yale's professor, one day LinkedIn decided that there was a compromise on her account and they shut the account down. Like, even though she has an email list and all of that, she was beside herself. What am I going to do? How am I going to reach people and all that sort? You know, it got resolved. She had to send some identifications and all that, and then they opened her account for her. But that moment gave me the desire to actually draw people away from the social media. And the only way you can do that is to create a funnel, i.e., have a lead magnet. So some of you know what a lead magnet is. If you don't, the simple way a lead magnet or how a lead magnet works is that you give people an email address, and then you send them emails. Statistically, when you have 1,000 emails, you should be able to earn 1,000 pounds or dollars a month. Now, you might be wondering, how does the money just automatically come into your account? It doesn't work that way. It's just like having millions of followers on Facebook, and if you don't do anything about it, you are not going to get anything out of that. And that brings me to the point of even the followers. Somebody can post something, and I see that a lot, and thousands of people in Africa will like the post and comment on the post, is buzzing and everything. But is the person going to be able to sell to them? No, because your price point they can't pay. So having the right people to follow you is important, but also making sure that you get a lead magnet is important so that you can start email marketing. Email marketing generates a 45% of the revenue online. Unfortunately, most of us don't know that. So the aim of your social media is to bring the people to know you so that you can get them onto the email. Is that making sense? If it is, say yes, type yes in the chat. And I'll move on to the next thing. Has that been useful at all as far as our learning is concerned? Let me see what's going on in the chat. Okay, great, 100%. Okay. Wonderful. Now I'm going to Okay, it's okay. This was Linda actually. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the next step forward from here. Is it okay for me to share with you how I can help you to understand these concepts a bit better? Is anybody listening? If it is okay for me to share with you, yes, great. Okay, so I'm going to share with you how I can help you to be able to do these things, because I know that, as they say, talk is cheap. So I can talk and you can feel that you understand it, but can you implement? Will you be able to carry it forward? If you can't do it, that's why we're here. Because at the end of the day, it's not the case of us just come and listen and then go, and then we are stuck. So I don't want us to be stuck. So if I just want to reintroduce myself quickly and then share with you what I want, what I've got in terms of if you were to come and work with me. So my name is Beatrice Yakubu, if you didn't know before, social media and digital marketer. Over the years, what I have done is to learn this. I have learned it from scratch. I didn't know anything about this if you asked me a few years ago. And I've learned from a lot of people, but of course, I've also learned from my own wisdom as to trying things and they're not working. So far, here is where some of you are. I will just go to where you might be at this point. It might not apply to everyone. If you are tired of doing all the tasks in your business and not seeing the needle move, of course, some of you could be there. Or do you want to grow your business faster with the power of social media content creation? So for some people, they are actually stuck in this point of how to create content. Do you have a young person interested in social media, but who is not keen on helping you? Of course, if you see the example of my daughters, you will know that by tapping into the geniuses of your child, you can learn this and be able to do it. But of course, we have to ignite the desire and get the child to see the potential first of all. Is your personal life taking a hit as a result of long and busy days, yet unproductive work online? We know that some people, especially if you are working online, if you don't have a strategy in place, you are burning out and nothing is coming out. And do you wish you could stay at home and spend more time with your child while making money online? If any of this applies to you, just type 1 in the chat. If any of what I have just described applies to you, specifically, not the specific thing, but are you tired of being online and nothing is coming out? Do you just wish that you could also make money? Because sometimes we could feel that, is this even true? But yes, it is, because other women are making money online. They are doing it right now. And obviously, as I say, the people I follow, you cannot even question, are they authentic? Because I have followed them, I have learned their stories, I've seen them grow, and I know that this is it. Okay, thank you for the ones that have come true. Now, based on what you've heard, in terms of the fact that you can grow your social media, if you know what to do, the fact that you can actually make money using a strategy of funnels and email marketing, what would me supporting you look like? If you could effectively know how to communicate on social media, if you could finally see the monetary reward of what you do, because obviously as we are online, we are not just online for its sake, we are also online to be able to enrich ourselves financially or have a reward for what we do. if you could find ideas to create engaging content that move your audience into buyers, because again, people can follow you, but are they buying from you? If you knew the step-by-step process to create a digital product. So for some people, just creating a digital product alone and knowing how to automate it can be a game changer for you. Now, what I have is a membership site. Now, I coach people, but I've also realized that in order for more and more people to be able to get this concept, I need to teach them in a group settings. That's the word. And that is where the membership sites come in. It is not a membership site where I just leave videos for you to go and do whatever, because I know that that doesn't work. I have been in such places and it doesn't work. So what I want to do is to have, here I've put 2 weekly because I want to do the weekly for about 3 months and then switch to 2 weekly. So weekly conversation with me, teaching, not conversation. Well, of course, when we go online for 1 hour, we are going to pick. So for example, as I was talking about Facebook, we're picking Facebook to talk about Facebook. And then you write your notes, you go and implement. We are on a group, Facebook group that you can post your, if you've even designed your Facebook banner, post it there. Let us critique it and see. And I think the joy of it is that I know places that I can send you to get that created for £5 or $5 that you don't even have to stress about it. You also know the right social media platform to use for your business, the opportunity to ask questions pertaining to your particular business within the hour. Then when it comes to the recording side, I have recorded what I call the Simply model. So the word simply is, you said, as you saw what Linda produced with regards to the core pathway, is the same concept. So the word simply is a model that I use to teach my clients about how to grow their businesses. So here is the S. What the S was stand for is your research roadmap. In terms of doing anything else, you need to find out, is this even viable? What niche do you want to be a part of? Who do you want to be speaking to, and who are already serving these people, i.e. your competitors? Russell Brunson says that if you are in business where there are no competitors, don't get in, because you'll be a trailblazer and you will struggle a lot with, a lot of financial issues. And then we also identify your digital platform. So when I only touch on social media and then a bit on funnels and also on email marketing. That is just the surface that we've scratched. There are so many things that you can do to sell without actually, if you don't want to use social media even, you can go on the directories and actually be a part of a member to be able to sell. There are freelancers, freelance websites. So which platform you need to use as far as digital media is concerned. And then mastery, you need to have a business process. What is your vision? Now, for me, there's always a saying that you begin with your why. Why do you want to start a business? Why do you want to grow a business? Even why do you want to grow your personal life? If you start to think about these things, it makes sense for you to be able to communicate that with people who will follow you, because the people who would follow you would supposed to have a similar concept about you, of similar values. So by you knowing how to communicate them will attract such people to you, how to create goals that would be effective for your lifestyle and your business. Positioning yourself, we all know that every person is different, but how are you going to make that clear? Your leadership style, as we heard yesterday, how are you leading yourself? How are you leading people? What is your story? Some of you heard my story yesterday. What got you to where you are now? And sometimes when I work with clients and we're talking about stories, it's always fascinating. There's always a story Always. I remember a few weeks ago, we're talking on the Unique Women, and this lady was doing a presentation. It was so flat until when it came to question time, I asked her, what got you here? And then she narrated the story. Like, it just lit up. It just makes sense and connected the dots to the story. And then everybody was like, wow, somebody who has received a Duke of Edinburgh award, who has done all these amazing things, being on shows here and there. But without the story, it was so disconnected. So be able to get that out in a way that will pull people to you is very, very important. I mean, apart from the Brandon colors and the team that we know Brandon positioning to be, but of course, your story is more powerful than that. Then we talk about leverage. Leverage means that being able to actually do the proper marketing. Now, most of us are afraid. And when I'm saying some of these things, I'm saying it because that is what I was. You are just afraid to even tell people that you are in business. But think about it. If you had treatment for cancer, for example, would you hide it? You would get people to know that you have treatment for cancer. And so it's the same for when you are a weight loss coach, for example, that you know that by helping somebody, they will lose weight to be able to be healthier, fitter for their family, for their children and all that, to be able to look sexy in those dresses that they couldn't wear before. Getting that mindset together, getting us to know that selling in a different way would be congruent with your way of understanding about selling is important. And then, of course, automation. I did talk about that a little bit, i.e., when somebody sign up to your thing, how do you get the goods to them, or how do you get them on board to start with the process of you helping them to achieve what they set out to achieve? So those are the Simply thingy, the Simply model. And I'll just go quickly to the bonuses. Now, if you were here yesterday, Blessing talked about the Insta course. That is also part of it. You have access to it. Facebook Made Simple. So this is a dedicated Facebook course for you to be able to know to use in as much as we do all these things. You can go into these systems and then access the information. Monetize Your Passion is the course Vanessa created. It is for young people to be able to start their own businesses. But of course, what is for young people is also for adults. I believe is even more simpler. And then when we did the live training for Simply Family Business, we had the videos, and that's also expanding more on the concept of the Simply Family Business. We have, of course, the Facebook access I was mentioning, and indeed, it's a membership site. You can cancel anytime you feel that you've had enough or you've grown your business enough and you don't want my support. And that is what is there for you. Now, the total value is 10,000 or 1,400. And indeed, for today, if you join the link, where is the link? I'm going to put the link in the chat and then you can join. It's £1, and then in a week you get billed for 1997, and that's all that you need to pay for the whole month of having me weekly teaching you. Does that make sense to anybody? Hello? Okay, type 1 in the chat because I've forgotten that we are on Zoom. Sorry. All right. Yes, thank you, Linda. Type 1 in the chat if it makes sense to you, please. Yes, amazing, amazing. Okay, so I'm going to unshare and then share the link for you. Is anybody... okay. So give me a chance to share that. Before I do that, I just want to also invite one of the ladies whom I've worked with recently. And she is going to be a speaker on this event, but she has kindly agreed to talk to you about working with me, what working with me was like. So I think, is Sister Bola here? If you can unmute yourself, I'll appreciate that, please.
Yes, good evening. Let me just Good
Good
evening,
evening.
everyone. Let me just log
Okay.
out of this and join on my, because I log in twice.
Oh, you logged into it. Okay.
Okay,
That's
hello.
fine. So I will leave you the link here. So it's Simply Family Business /sale. And that's to the landing page, and you can click to join. So when you are ready, let me know, Sister Bola, please.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to find you. Oh, sorry. Okay, I can't see her. I'll go to participants.
She's come on. She's on.
Oh, okay. I need to find her though. Ah, technology. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. I can find her now. So I'm going to pin you on add to pin. Yeah. Hello, Sister Bola. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Yes, we can't wait to hear from you tomorrow. Ava careers. You're the career queen. Now, I just want to ask you a few questions about working with me. So we've worked together in terms of coaching to develop your career coaching program. What did you come to me with for?
Thank you, Lady Beatrice, for that question. So, good evening, everyone, and thank you for all I really enjoyed the topic of today. Thank you for the speaker. Thank you so much. It was very informative and inspiring. So, I reached out to Lady Beatrice because I was seeking guidance and support in navigating challenges of setting up my own coaching business. And one thing I recognize is that there is value in having an experienced individual who could kind of handhold you, help you, and provide objective advice, and as well as help me to unlock all the missing pieces. That was one of the reasons why I had to reach out to her, to Lady Beatrice, that, you know what, I need help, I need support, I need guidance in this area.
Lovely. Thank you so much for that. And what was it like us working together? I know we had fun.
Well, very exciting. Coaching with Lady Beatrice. I call her Lady Beatrice because she's my coach. Yeah, so coaching with Lady Beatrice kind of provide me with some valuable insight and perspective that I think I might not have considered on my own. So working together with her, I learned to identify and address personal and professional roadblocks that I feel I might not be able to unlock or unblock on my own. So she helped me, she supported me to set clearer goals and understand how to navigate and remove some of the professional roadblocks, and also develop action plans to move me forward. And one thing I find out was that the coaching really helped me to discover my strengths, work through my limitations, and encourage a mindset focus on growth and development.
Lovely. Thank you so much. What would you say specifically one thing that you really say stood out for you during the course of working?
Yeah, one thing that I really like during my course of working with you was that you know, I found out that working with you and as a coach, that really have had a profound impact on my both personal and business life. It helps me to kind of gain clarity in setting and achieving goals, improve my decision making, as well as my leadership skills. And, you know, when I look back from where I started, I know that I know that I wouldn't have been able to. There are some things that I learned in terms of marketing, digital marketing. There are some skills that I did really acquire as a result of collaborating and working with you. So the newfound insight and strategies kind of really helped me and translated me into being efficient and being a better collaborator, as well as more effective in problem solving within my business and even in my career as well.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much. I know that you, how you grew your LinkedIn account was like, wow. Just explain a little bit on how, after we talked about LinkedIn and me sending you the templates, how that helps you to grow. You know, I think you grew about 800 in a few weeks. It was like, wow.
Yeah. So in terms of growing my LinkedIn, so when we had the discussion, you did give me some tips on how I can grow my LinkedIn profile in terms of how to connect so that people won't feel being bugging them, or just I just want to connect with people, or maybe there's an AI thing that I'm using. So what she advised was that, on a weekly basis, try to connect with at least 10 people, and I should try to be strategic when I'm connecting with people, because there's power in connection and networking in relationship. So I should try and build relationship with people, especially people that are looking to improve their career development, as well as achieve their growth. So what I did was, apart from connecting with 10 people in a week, I also she also advised that, my profile, I need to make it punchy, make sure that that story that I'm going to write about me, it's when people read it, they want to kind of connect with me. They want to ask that, okay, how can you be of help? How can you support me in this area? So I did that. And also she did advise about, when you're setting up your profile, make sure you put a right picture, make sure you put the right banner, use Canva, and the good thing is that because I have good knowledge of how to use Canva, I was able to build that. And then I went back to her and she was like, oh, wow, this is good. Okay, do this, adjust this. And I based on that feedback that she gave me, I went back to include those improvements, and that was it. So I started my connection. And then apart from that, she said, you know what, the kind of people that I'm going to connect with has to be people that are open to work, not just anybody, and also that I should make sure that I follow people and not just anybody, people that have the same mindset, people that I feel that are in alignment with what I'm looking to do. Those are the people that I should follow on LinkedIn.
Lovely. Thank you so much for that. Yes. Really, really appreciate that narrative of, because how you grew your LinkedIn account was so fascinating. Yeah, I haven't seen that before when I help people to grow. So yours was just amazing. And again, as you're saying, the fact that you have the knowledge of creating making the creatives also helped a lot. Now, for what we are doing and what we are talking about here, I know that some people will be thinking about, should I join, should I not? What would you tell them in terms of those who really are having businesses or trying to grow their personal lives?
So my advice, or my chat to people that are looking or contemplating to look for a coach, or contemplating to work with with Lady Beatrice is that I widely encourage it because our guidance and support kind of provided transformative ideas, some things that we can't know it all. So there's always, it's always good to look for somebody to kind of handhold you, to help you, to support you. And to me, it's an opportunity to gain valuable insight, identify my blind spot, and being able to work with her to develop strategies to propel both personal and professional as well as my business growth. So one thing was that during the some of the sessions that I had with her, she offers a structured approach to the way she do coaching in terms of self-improvement, how you do your marketing. She's got like a curriculum that you can kind of follow. And the truth about it is that when she advises you to do something, just make sure you do it diligently. And it's also good. You are the one that is looking for something. You have to run after her. It shouldn't be the other way around. So, and
wonderful. Thank you so
much.
much.
That's just it. Yeah.
That's just it. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you for that, confirming what we've done so far. And I look forward to having you speak tomorrow, because you are going to help us to understand why we shouldn't be stuck in a job. I know that not everybody will do business or can do business, but of course, if you are having the fulfillment of a job that satisfy your desire, that is what we are looking for with regards to your talk tomorrow. Really, really appreciate you for that.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Okay, so I'm going to, we have come to the end of the program today. I am so grateful and appreciative to everyone who has been here. Thank you to Linda. Linda, I do appreciate you a lot. Thank you to Sister Bola. Thank you to Pastor Obie. If you have any question regarding what Linda shared or what I shared, just send it in the chat or send it to me via social media. In fact, I should be putting my social media links there. It's a Simple Family Business. So whatever is at Simple Family Business for all the chat, the main platforms on social media. So really, really thankful to, let me just unpin myself and then see the actual board so that I can thank people now. Okay, remove the pin. Okay, let me spotlight me for now and then remove you from there, sister. Okay. Replace. No. Okay, so whoever, the rest of you online, I'm really grateful for Chinogulum, Dele, Delphine, Diadem of Beauty, I think that's Sister Jacqueline, Ebony, iPhone, I don't know who you are, Martha, Nicholas, I think this is Pastor Nike, Sister Pat, I'm so appreciative of you joining us from across Canada. Pastor Flo, Sandy Kitchen, our Sister Ngozi joined us today. Amazing, thank you for joining. And Tolu joined. I'm sure Zoe and her daughter are left at some point. Really grateful to you all. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. So tomorrow we have Lady Bola speaking about career. And also we have Terry speaking all the way from the US about how to keep ourselves healthy and making sure that our bodies is well enough to take us through the journey of us really getting into the space of being able to make money. Thank you so much. Good night. God bless you. And I shall see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Night. Bless you.
God bless
Bye.
you. God
Thank
bless
you.
Linda.
Good night.
We are really blessed to have you. I'm just
You're
gonna
welcome.
Afrobeat at the background.
We'll talk tomorrow. God bless you.
God bless you.
Is your agency using
Bye.
WordPress about websites?
Thank you. God bless.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Imagine. Okay. Okay.
Hello, Sister Beatrice.
Hello, hello. Sorry, who's speaking?
That's Sister Ngozi.
Oh, Sister Ngozi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you.
Oh, glory to God, you are able to join us today.
A bit late because it's not long I finished what I was doing.
Oh, bless you.
I'm
Yes.
walking through into the night. A lot of care plans to do to get ready for the CQC coming.
You see, oh gosh. No, that's a big one.
Tell you.
No, that's a big one. When CQC is involved, oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yes.
You have to be on your toes.
We have inspections, my dear. So busy.
I wish you all the best with that.
Thank you.